my wife and I live a very chaotic life. Um, our time is spent. Most of it is spent helping out our kids at this moment, and it's been occurring like that forever. My kids are they're 11 and 13, and my oldest one's almost turning 14 in a month or two. Um, and our life is filled with, it's always been filled with helping them out ever since that they have been born. So even though that I am a professor, my wife's, I don't talk about this that much, but she's a veterinarian. Even though that we have these two professional jobs that pull us into different directions and it's extremely busy, our life is just focused on helping them out in every way that we possibly can. This weekend, we spent the whole weekend doing studying for, they have these end of the year exams, and we spend a great deal of time studying for those things. And uh, we always spend a lot of time with with homework, helping out both for our kids and, that is our life, is spending time helping out, assisting, making sure that our kids do well. Um, and my life is funny when I'm at home. I'm thinking about like, hey, I should be doing something on the reciprocity project, or hey, I should be doing some research at this moment. But my life is so hectic at home that I just honestly don't have a lot of time to fill in with a lot of these things. And so, what I try to do, and it sort of keeps me going, what I try to do is just keep busy in all aspects, right? So, rather than having moments where there is any sort of downtime, that just does not happen. So, we just keep busy, right? So, um, rather than sitting around at any given moment, let's sort of pick something up. And yes, I do go through those moments where I just want to watch some TV or veg or just like do nothing, just like everybody else. I think that's healthy to do those things. But most of our day is spent doing various different activities and making sure that we're always going, we're always moving. Um, and it just, when we do this, we're able to sort of tackle many different things by doing that. It allows us to not only, have this sort of crazy professional life that we get pulled in different directions. We both leave early in the morning. My wife comes back late at night. Both, even though we have these sort of crazy professions, um, we still make time for doing things that are fun as a family. Now, unfortunately, we don't do a lot of date night things as, um, as my, sorry, I just ran over. It was already a dead animal on the road. Too much information, I guess. Okay, so no, that threw me off. All right, so what uh, what what we end up having to do, and I apologize for anybody that I just was open about running over at a dead animal. I It's awful doing that. It always makes me feel bad. All right, so getting back onto it, my we're just like, we always try to keep going various different aspects, and even though having date night with my wife was a thing for a while, and we try to make efforts with that, but my kids are getting old enough that it's actually kind of fun to hang out with them. So even though we do sometimes go on a date night, dinners and things like that are actually fun to do with our kids. So we actually don't do a lot of date nights anymore. Now, when the kids were little, we didn't have time for doing date nights. When they were really, really little, we just didn't have time for that. And I know that, and we also didn't have sitters. So one of the challenges of being a professor is you have to move to a different town where you don't know anybody. And so we didn't have a lot of support when we first moved here. And even now, I wouldn't ask my friends and stuff to watch our kids, right? That's just not, it's impolite to do. But, you know, so we didn't spend a lot of time doing date nights then. And that was really hard. When the kids were small, it was very, very hard to keep going, right? And to not, because it was like relentless and they do require a lot of demands. Little kids are very, very challenging, but now my kids are older. Um, we definitely do a lot of fun things, right? Like we figure out what are some fun activities that we can all do, and we do it together. So my wife doesn't swim with us, but she does do all of the other activities, right? She's got her own little thing. Um, so, as we do these things in life, as we try to, um, just balance everything, I don't think that there's actually a balance. Like this weekend, uh, I felt bad about not doing too much on the reciprocity project. I want to put out a blog post. I wanted to, do a video. I just couldn't get to it um, when we're doing questions, right? We're just going through all these questions for studying. So I had to realize I got to step back and just be okay with that. I couldn't do any, I long ago given up on doing research at home, long ago, because it just does not work out, right? There's too much chaos. There's too many demands. I might get into it so here's why I don't do research at home. I'll bring it home and I'll do it for half an hour and there'll be a demand that comes up of some sort, whether it's kids or my wife, and I'll feel guilty the whole weekend for not getting back to it, doing any more research. And so I just don't bring it home. I try to avoid doing that anymore because it's just very counterproductive and it's not good for my soul. So what I tend to do is, just compartmentalize. And then at the end of the day, when it's the weekend like this, we spend all of our time with our kids, helping them out. Most of the time it's doing homework, various aspects of homework. And that's been occurring since they were 3 years old. We've been doing that. So one of my kids struggles a little bit more than the average kid. And so we have to spend a great deal more time sort of assisting and helping out. And because of that, that's just become our life where we're always assisting and we're always helping out. So I just want to point out that sometimes, your life is not balanced in any sort of way. I think that's a bit of a myth between work-life balance. But your life is just chaotic. And as long as you keep busy, and yes, have some downtime whenever you need it, as long as you keep busy, you're doing things, you can actually accomplish a fair bit and make sure that everybody is happy and healthy and doing well. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day. And I apologize again for the going over the roadkill. All right. Take care. Bye.